What if I told you that the thing you reach for every single morning, that cup of coffee, could be replaced by just 15 minutes on a bike? Not replaced permanently. Not forever, just for 30 days. To see what actually happens, I did it. 30 days. No morning coffee. Just a 15-minute ride before anything else. And what happened to my energy, my focus, my mood, and honestly, my whole morning will probably surprise you. Stay with me because around the middle of this video, I'm going to show you exactly why your body reacts the way it does, and why this simple swap might be the most underrated health upgrade of the decade. Hi, and if you've been following this channel, you know I'm obsessed with one thing, finding simple science-backed ways to feel better and perform better every single day. Now, I want to be clear, I love coffee. I'm not here to demonize it. Coffee has genuine health benefits. But I started asking myself, am I dependent on it, or is it actually helping me? And what would happen if I swapped it, just for the mornings, with a 15-minute bike ride? What I discovered over 30 days changed how I think about mornings forever. So let's break it all down, the experience, the science, and whether this is actually worth trying. Here were my rules. Every morning for 30 days, before any coffee, before any caffeine at all, I had to complete a 15-minute bike ride. It didn't have to be intense. It didn't have to be fast. It just had to happen. I tracked 4 things every single day. Energy levels from 1 to 10 when I woke up, energy levels 30 minutes after the ride, focus quality during my first work session, and mood rating by noon. The first 3 days, honestly, rough. My body was looking for that caffeine signal and not finding it. I felt a little sluggish getting on the bike. But here's what shocked me. By day 4, I noticed something I did not expect. I wasn't just waking up. I was waking up. By the end of week 1, my average morning energy score jumped from a 4.2 to a 6.8 out of 10, without a single sip of coffee. So what's actually happening inside your body when you hop on that bike in the morning? Let's talk about the real science, because this is where it gets fascinating. When you engage in moderate aerobic exercise, like cycling, your brain immediately begins releasing a cocktail of feel-good neurochemicals. The big 3: endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin. Endorphins are your body's natural painkillers and mood elevators. Within just 10 to 15 minutes of moderate cardio, endorphin release is measurably elevated, according to research published in the journal Psychoneuroendocrinology. These bind to the same receptors in your brain as opioids, creating a genuine sense of euphoria and reduced stress. Dopamine is your motivation and reward chemical. Here's what most people don't realize. Caffeine doesn't create dopamine, it borrows it. Coffee blocks the adenosine receptors that make you feel tired, causing a temporary flood of dopamine, but you're essentially pulling from your brain's reserves. Exercise, on the other hand, stimulates actual dopamine synthesis and release, meaning you're making new fuel, not spending savings. Serotonin, your mood stabilizer, also gets a significant boost from even moderate morning movement. Low serotonin is linked to anxiety, irritability, and lack of focus. Just 15 minutes of aerobic activity can meaningfully shift your baseline. And then there's BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Exercise is one of the most powerful stimulators of BDNF known to science. Think of it as Miracle-Gro for your brain. It enhances neuroplasticity, improves memory consolidation, and sharpens focus for hours after your ride. Studies from the Harvard Medical School have described exercise as the single most powerful tool you have to optimize your brain function. And the good news? You don't need an hour. 15 minutes is enough to trigger all of these responses. Let me walk you through what actually changed week by week, because this wasn't a smooth linear progression. It had real ups and downs. Week 1 was an adjustment. I missed the ritual of coffee more than the caffeine itself. Holding a warm mug, the smell, that familiar comfort. My focus scores in the morning were lower than usual, and I was irritable by 10 a.m. But I pushed through. Week 2. This is where things got interesting. My sleep started improving noticeably. I was falling asleep faster and waking up feeling less groggy. Researchers call this sleep pressure normalization. When you exercise in the morning, you build adenosine more naturally throughout the day, which means by bedtime, Your sleep drive is stronger and more consistent. Week 3. I stopped thinking about coffee at all in the mornings. That was the moment I realized the mental dependency was stronger than the physical one. My focus scores hit their highest point yet, averaging 8.1 out of 10. My mood ratings were higher than any week I can remember in years. Week 4. I introduced coffee back in the afternoons only, and noticed something strange. 1 cup hit me harder than 3 used to. My caffeine tolerance had reset. I was getting more from less. Quick pause. If this is resonating with you, go ahead and drop a comment below. Are you a morning coffee person? A morning workout person? Or both? I genuinely want to know. And if you're finding this useful, hit that like button. It really helps this channel reach more people who are trying to feel their best. Now, I want to be completely fair here, because coffee is not the villain. Let's look at this honestly. Coffee's benefits are real. Caffeine improves alertness, reaction time, and even athletic performance when timed correctly. The antioxidants in coffee are linked to reduced risk of type 2 diabetes and certain liver conditions. A single cup has roughly 95 milligrams of caffeine, enough to meaningfully shift your alertness within 30 to 45 minutes. But coffee has real downsides too. Caffeine's half-life is 5 to 6 hours, meaning half of that morning cup is still in your system at 2 p.m., potentially disrupting your sleep architecture even if you don't notice it. Regular consumption leads to tolerance buildup. You need more to get the same effect. And for many people, coffee on an empty stomach spikes cortisol, the stress hormone, which can create that jittery, anxious feeling that kills morning focus. The 15-minute bike ride, by contrast, costs you nothing but time. It builds cardiovascular fitness. It reduces resting cortisol over time. It has zero crash, no tolerance buildup, and it compounds, meaning each day of morning exercise makes the next morning slightly better. The honest answer, they're not mutually exclusive. But if you're reaching for coffee to compensate for poor sleep, low energy, or low mood, cycling addresses the root cause. Coffee just masks it. If you want to try this, and I genuinely think you should, here's exactly how to set yourself up for success. First, keep it simple. Your bike doesn't have to be expensive. Your route doesn't have to be scenic. Even a stationary bike works perfectly. The goal is movement, not performance. Second, set your gear out the night before. Decision fatigue is the #1 killer of morning routines. Remove every possible barrier. Shoes by the door, helmet on the handlebars. Done. Third, start with just 10 days, not 30. Tell yourself, I'll try this for 10 mornings. That's it. 10 mornings of replacing your coffee with a 15-minute ride. Track your energy and mood. Let the data convince you, because it will. Fourth, and this is important, don't go hard. The goal is moderate intensity. You should be able to hold a conversation. This isn't about burning calories. It's about triggering neurochemical release. A light, enjoyable pace is actually more effective for mood and focus than going all out. Fifth, drink water right when you wake up, before the ride. Even 12 to 16 ounces of water before you get on that bike can meaningfully improve how you feel during and after the ride. Mild morning dehydration is more common than most people realize and significantly affects energy levels. Here's the thing nobody tells you about morning routines. They don't transform your day in isolation. They transform your relationship with your own body. When you start the day by doing something physical, something that signals to your nervous system that you're alive, that you're capable, that you're in motion, everything downstream shifts. Your coffee mug isn't going anywhere. But what if, just for the next 10 mornings, you asked your bike to do what your coffee usually does? What if 15 minutes was all it took to rewire how you feel every single day? I'd love to know if you try this. Drop your day 1 results in the comments. Let's make this a community challenge. If you want more content like this, practical, science-backed, and built for real people with real mornings, subscribe and hit the notification bell. I put out new videos every week. Next week, I'm covering the single cycling habit that most people skip, and it's the one that makes everything else work better. You won't want to miss it. Until then, keep moving. Your best morning is still ahead of you.